All right. Hey, good morning, everyone. All right. Today we're going to take a look at the market, see what plays we have to play, and just talk about what's coming up today. So around 8:40 a.m. today, futures and everything is trading a little bit higher going into today's session. That's probably driven by Nvidia's earnings announcement last night. The stock has risen around 2.2% in pre-market trading following strong fourth quarter performance. And that's despite competition from DeepSeek, which we've seen with some DeepSeek announcements. We saw that it caused some tension and some pressure with Nvidia a couple of weeks ago. Otherwise, Salesforce, that stock has gone down. Shares are down after missing on the earnings expectations, and the outlook was kind of disappointing. Snowflake, that stock is surging due to better than expected results, especially with a positive AI demand. So we got some good news around the Qs that we might want to play. It looks like things are looking kind of bullish this morning. So let's take a look at it. So ES. All right, ES was just down. It did hit that 59.40 level. Um, that was back on yesterday. It had a dip. And since then, you see it crossed over on the moving averages on the 1 hour. It's holding right here at 6 and probably wants to make a move back up to see how the 4 hour looking. All right, so we got this important level right here, 615, 622 to get past before we get a rejection. Still looks like chop to me. Let's take a look at SPY. See how SPY is looking for the setup this morning. Same thing. So we see here with the SPY right here at 600, we got a lot of tension to get through. So can't be confused by the fake out, even with Nvidia and Salesforce and CRM. And we'll see yesterday we did get some movement up, got up here to 600, fell back down. Then at the end of the day, it bounced back up, and now it's kind of moving in a way of Nvidia. Patience with the SPY. Let's take a look at QQQ before we go look at the big dog Nvidia. QQQ, I'm making the assumption before even looking at the chart that it's going to be bullish, but here we go. 520. Q's got to get past 520, otherwise it can fall back down. Important level. Be patient with the Q's. Now let's go take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia moved within a range last night, and you'll see that range 125 up to 135. So we see our range 136, 137. If it drops back to 131, you can probably ride it up a few dollars. It does have a squeeze on the 4 hour. I believe it has a squeeze on the 1 hour as well. All right, so it's already at that 136 level pre-market. Nvidia. We'll just keep our eyes on it. I'll be patient with it. I mean, I know it had earnings. There is some bullish behavior here. MACD is moving up, but again, there is some tension at that 136, 138 level. So we'll have to be careful with Nvidia. We'll be watching it. We won't jump in. We're going to be patient with that. And there was another stock that was setting up pretty well a little while ago. Looking at it now, and that was BABA. And you see the other day, BABA jumped from 135, went up to 142. It hovered and went down, got rejected. Then pre-market, it is setting up for a squeeze. It did look like it wanted to go back up to this 145 level, but we're seeing some pressure now. So again, there's a lot of assumptions that Nvidia was going to push us out today, and it still might, but yeah, not my favorite play at all. I mean, if it gets back down here to this 137, then we can go long. So in the morning, if there's a rejection, a slam down, and then a bounce, we'll take that. And that might be how the day plays out. It might be this breakdown, and then a bounce back up to the upside. Palantir was really looking good to me. So this is probably the best one I like. I love when we have these tight brackets between support and resistance on the stock before it enters the market. And if we break out here from 91, I believe Palantir would probably be one of my favorite plays. Obviously, Nvidia, we'll take a look at a few more semiconductor stocks shortly, but I'm really liking Palantir. I love it when there's that tight tension in the morning. You can see the support and resistance being very tight on that 4-hour time frame. And again, if we break out, I think we can take Palantir to the long side. It's setting up pretty well. So Palantir is definitely one we're keeping our eyes on today. And then let's go see what AMD, little brother to Nvidia, is doing. All right, AMD, same thing as Palantir. It has a support right here around 105. Obviously, you can go back to 103. Let's go take a look at it on the 4-hour. Yeah, so I like this. So I keep my eye on AMD. It has that 105, really 106 for me to be comfortable. And then it has a 103. So again, in my channel between these two areas, if it goes up to 106 and fails, I'm still going to wait till it gets this 103. I could take some, but I won't overjump it. I see where the tight support and resistance is, but I'll definitely keep my eyes on AMD. Then ARM, which I know last night it did go up a little bit. It had a semi gap up based on the Nvidia, but you can see here it's just been going down, going down. I mean, there's a few days if you just put ARM every day, you would have done exceptionally well. So here's ARM. As you can see, it had a $4 or $5 move with Nvidia announcements. Right now it's at 144, so it does have a gap up. Sometimes those things get weak and don't always play out. And so let's see on the 4-hour we can find. Yeah, so right there at 144, and the next one's 147. So it would really have to get past 144. Otherwise, we might get a rejection. And again, today could be bounce down, then go up. Still really not a clear trend on direction, but I did notice just a little while ago in the market, it looks like the SPY and QQQ all have gotten a little weaker. But there we go, 594, 599. As we see the SPY, let's go take a look at the SPY on the hour again. There is some weakness, it looked like, coming into the market before we get to the 9 o'clock. Yeah, you see, SPY just dropped this long candle here on the hourly. Yep. So again, can't stress it anymore. We're just going to be patient. We know we have the Nvidia announcements, so there's a lot of shaking and faking going out before we get into the market. We just got to know our levels and play accordingly. So the ones that I really did like was Palantir and AMD because those levels and that support and resistance structure was really transparent and clear, so you can see where the buyers and sellers are. So those are probably more two plays. We'll keep an eye on Palantir, on SPY, and Nvidia, and the semiconductors. We'll just, like I said, be patient with those if we want to get in those plays or not. But yeah, the SPY structure overall still looks fairly bearish to me. And as you can see, the candle is dropping. The DMI looks like it's about to cross. Again, it could cross, hover around 594, then bounce back up to 600 before the market opens. So we just have to see. 594 is our first level here. 593 is our next. And then maybe you can play 593 all the way down to 589. Or if it starts to turn, bounce, then we can ride it back up. All right. I hope this has been helpful. If you think this has been helpful for you, please like and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next one. Be blessed.